Jai Atmeshwar, Samarpan Yog of the Himalayas, Part 1, Episode 7. When we ask ourselves the question, who am I? The inner voice replies, I am a soul. And one realizes that he is a soul. Only then does he understand that whatever activity one performs through one's ego, it was actually at the bodily level. In reality, I am a soul which exists but cannot be seen. The soul which manages the body but cannot be seen managing it. This body has no existence without the soul. If the soul leaves the body, then people will either bury it or burn it and it will be destroyed. This body appears to be everything but is not, and that which is everything does not seem to be anything. Thus, whatever is present is not, and what is not is everything. We can understand spirituality through our body, and one can understand Paramatma if one understands a soul. The power that runs the world in the form of the body is Paramatma, whose existence cannot be seen anywhere, but he exists in everyone and everywhere. This world is a carcass without Paramatma, a corpse which is only meant to be destroyed. The day Paramatma moves away from this world will also come to an end, and it will be a corpse. If you understand a soul, then you will be enlightened about Paramatma. One cannot understand Paramatma without understanding the existence of one's own soul. I heard the same facts from Gurudev that evening as if I had become one with him at that level. Or it can be explained like this, that as a result of the influence of his aura, I was thinking according to his wishes. He said that whatever is present in the universe is similarly present in our bodies. If the body is a drop of water, then the universe is an ocean. But whether it's a drop of water or the ocean, it is water after all. There is no difference in the basic nature of water. In exactly the same way, a small form of Paramatma exists within us in the form of our soul. How can one know Paramatma if he does not know his soul? And once one recognizes the Paramatma within, he will definitely know Paramatma without. There is only one Paramatma. Paramatma is present everywhere. There is Paramatma inside us, and there is Paramatma outside. But it is easier to know the Paramatma within us because he is closer to us. He is yours and for you. He is present when you need him, according to what suits you, and according to your level. He is within your grasp and within your reach. You and he are not separate. You have no identity without your soul. What you are thinking of I is the ego of one's body. As soon as you understand yourself, all the ego in your body will break down, because you will have realized that you are a soul. Man is born with the covering of his body and lives inside the covering layer of that body. Only when the covering falls away does he realize that it was a covering which is not there anymore. The body is a vehicle and the soul is its driver. The driver cannot go forward without a vehicle, but it is also true that the vehicle cannot move forward without a driver. That is why one can never know when and who is going to need whom. Both are equally suitable in their own place and both complement each other. That is why it is necessary to understand both of them in order to reach our destination. We will only be able to reach our destination if we can maintain their rhythm and balance. Our body is a vehicle in the form of an instrument. Just as the vehicle requires care and maintenance, the care of our body is also absolutely essential. In some religions, the care and importance of one's body has been ignored right from the beginning, and only the importance of the soul has been stressed. This also is not suitable, because if the soul did not need the body, why would it have one at all? The soul has also realized the importance of the body, and that is why it has retained a body. There are several souls which have not found a proper and suitable body and are therefore stuck and prevented from taking birth. They are awaiting such a body. How can the body be useless or unimportant when the soul waits for a body? One must surely take proper care of the body which the soul acquires after such a long wait. This is not only our duty, but the need of our soul. That is why one should pay attention to one's body. The body should be kept clean, holy, free of thoughts, and natural. It is not possible to attain liberation without a healthy body. What can the driver of a broken down vehicle which can't move at all do? No matter how expert the driver, he won't be able to do anything if the vehicle has broken down. Even an expert driver cannot do anything without a vehicle. If one's body is not healthy, having a driver which is the soul is useless. Even the soul won't be of any use. Just as the vehicle is important, the driver is also important. The vehicle cannot move without a driver, and a vehicle which does not work becomes a heap. That vehicle has to be scrapped. In a similar manner, when the body is without a soul, it becomes a corpse. And what use is a corpse? It will start stinking after some time. No matter how beautiful the body, no matter how beloved it is, no one wants to live with a dead body. Thus, one values the body only because of the soul. Once the soul leaves the body is destroyed. The body is therefore useless without the soul. The body has been given more importance in several religions. A whole lot of rules have been drawn up for the body, and the purity of the body has been stressed. This too is an extreme way of thinking. We should give equal importance to both body and soul. Both should be developed equally because a pure and holy soul resides in a pure and holy body. We should think of ourselves as a soul to save ourselves from the defects of the body. We have to live in the body, but in the form of a soul. If we are able to live like that in the body, then through the medium of this body, through our lifetime, we'll be able to lead our soul to liberation, which is the final destination of every soul. The soul has taken on the covering of the body for this very purpose, and we should always remember it. One day, Gurudev took me outside and we went in an easterly direction where there was a very big waterfall. There were several other smaller waterfalls near the main big waterfall. Lots of birds gathered there in the morning and warbled merrily in the fresh atmosphere. Different birds were making various sounds. Gurudev said, "Look at that tree and listen to what the group of sparrows is saying. Try to understand them." I looked in that direction and saw that hundreds of sparrows had assembled there and were making a loud noise. Gurudev said, "First of all, you should stop thinking that they are creating so much unnecessary noise and start thinking that they are not making useless noise but talking about something. Understand that you are thinking of it as noise because you cannot understand their language. Now try to understand what they are saying. Concentrate on what sounds they are making, and you will realize that they are repeating the same sound several times. This means that they are saying something which is being ignored, and therefore they need to repeat it. Then study whether they are saying it happily or unhappily. Study one particular sparrow. Study its mannerisms. Study its aura. Study the effect on its aura when it speaks. Then you will understand what it's saying from its aura. Look at how the sparrow is sitting on the upper branch and saying something loudly. No one is listening to her, so she's saying it forcefully. That sparrow is an experienced sparrow. She's telling them not to go to the place where all the sparrows went the previous day. There, they found a lot of grains to eat, and that is why all the sparrows are talking about returning to the same place. This experienced sparrow is not agreeing with them, and she is telling them that they have been going to the same place for the past 8 days, and the grains are secure there. They can easily go there at any time and collect the grains. In a way, that is their safe storage, and they should not use up their secure store. They should keep it safe in case of any trouble. She is asking them to search for a new place as the rainy season is fast approaching. Then the store of grains will be useful as it is close by. Therefore, they should keep it safe. The other sparrows, who are not so experienced, are not listening to her. That is why The experienced sparrow is saying it over and over again, and their argument continues about which direction to take to peck for grains that day. Finally, the experienced sparrow succeeds in convincing the other sparrows about her point of view, because together with her experience, she also stresses her age and says that she is older than all of them and they should take heed of her age as well as her experience. In reality, she was the oldest of them all. Everyone respected her age and decided to accept what she said. And later, all the sparrows agreed with her and flew off collectively in a flock in the direction where the experienced sparrow was taking them. Gurudev further said, if someone wants to learn a language, one should first study it. Establish a close relationship with the language, and only then can any language be learned. If we consider someone's language to be noisy or creating a racket, if we consider it to be insignificant or insult it, then leave aside the language of birds and animals. One won't even be able to learn the language of humans. There are no words in the language of birds because they have no knowledge of words. In their language, there is a particular sound for a particular sentence, and through the medium of that distinguishing sound, they talk and explain to each other. Man may not understand the language of animals, but birds and animals understand the language of humans. They study man's aura, the effect of man's consciousness, the effect of man's consciousness on his aura, and through it, they understand the language of human beings. Just as birds and animals communicate without words, there are several languages of Adivasi tribal settlements which do not use words either. One sound constitutes a sentence. Then why speak such a long sentence when one sound can convey the meaning? For example, a mother calls out to her child, "Where are you?" For this sentence, the sparrow just makes a sound, "Chee," and that sound conveys the question, "Where are you?" to her chick. And the chick makes a sound, "Choo," and that sound conveys the answer, "I'm here," and that is it. One's language should have a sense of closeness in it. Just as a body is dead without a soul, a language is dead without a sense of relationship. There should be communication between the two, the speaker and the listener. If one's language does not lead to communication, it has no meaning or importance. The person who speaks should have a close relationship with the person who listens. A dialogue should be established between the two at some level. Otherwise, what often happens is that due to lack of closeness, or because it's happening at different levels, the dialogue is not established. This dialogue generally happens between a guru and his disciple. The disciple must have closeness with the guru, and this closeness will be established through faith in him. If there is no faith, there won't be any closeness. There is no closeness, there won't be any faith. all these are interconnected. The Guru's speech can be understood in the right context only if there is a close relationship. The Guru speaks at a certain level, for as long as the disciple does not understand what he is saying at the same level, the Guru himself will get stuck and remain at the same level. He will keep on repeating the same thing as long as the disciple cannot understand what he is saying. The disciple's age, his experience, his knowledge, his spiritual experience, his level are different from that of the Guru. That is why there is no equality where levels are concerned. The Guru speaks at a very high level, and the disciple understands it at a very low level. A wide gap is created between both their levels, which can only be bridged through a close relationship between them. You too may not understand all that I am telling you, as you do not have similar experiences. You do not have knowledge of them, and you also haven't had any experience of them. Thus, you will understand what I am saying only if you trust me. If you do not have faith in me, then it will seem unbelievable to you, because there is a very big time span between us. Because whatever I am saying is from my experience, and you are listening to it at the level of your experience. Whatever you are hearing is at the physical level. Have faith and trust in it, because Gurudev is saying it. That is the right thing to do, because whatever he is saying is for your benefit. It is only this faith that will enlighten you in spite of the fact that you do not have any experience of it. Secondly, you may not have the same experiences in your life that I have had in my life, because there's bound to be a difference between the time in my life and the time in your life. But it may happen that one experience which we have received in our lives without paying anything for it may guide us. Man should always learn from experience. There is no need to be afraid of experiences. Such incidents do not just happen between a guru and his disciple. They also happen between a father and his son. There is a difference of 25 to 30 years between the two. The time gap between the two is also different. It is not necessary for the bad experiences in the father's life to happen in the son's. But the father's experiences are passed on to the son free of charge and without payment of any price. Secondly, the son should respect the father's way of thinking. The father only wishes that his son should not face the problems that he faced in his life, that he should not experience the bad events and incidents that he had to go through in his life. He keeps explaining all this out of love for his son. His purpose is only to do something that will benefit his son. It is also possible that because of being part of a new generation, the son may have to face new misfortunes that were not around in his father's time. That is also possible. But the mistakes committed by his father in his life can at least be corrected. The father does not want his son to repeat the mistakes he committed in his life either knowingly or unknowingly. In reality, if you look, the father lives his life a second time through his son. Therefore, it is natural that the father won't allow his mistakes to be repeated in the same way by his son. But it is possible that some misfortune may arise in the son's life, perhaps as a result of some new discoveries which did not exist during his father's life. Misfortunes, problems, and their solutions also keep changing over a period of time. From time to time, man solves the problems that arise in his life. And it is this process of sunlight and shadow, of problems and solutions, that is called life. Thus, this game will go on continuously, and this continuous movement is life. Jai Atmeshwar. We'll conclude today's book reading here. Thank you for listening.